Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of Marek Connell English and Expressions to Impress. Now this is going to be a really quick video. I'm just going to go through a few nice expressions that you can use. So, not at all generally means en absoluto. So we use this slightly differently than Spanish people. So for example, I didn't watch any films at all. In this context, it's nada de nada. But if you say, I don't agree at all, it means no estoy de acuerdo absolutamente. But we don't say, I agree, but not at all, because that means estoy de acuerdo, pero nada de nada. So we would say here, I agree, but not completely. This is really cool. These are different ways that we can talk about things going bad. So things can go to pot, things can go tits up, tetas arriba, things can go downhill, or things can go pear-shaped. Maybe the perfect shape is an apple, so a pear is a strange shape, so that's why we make the connection between things going bad and things being pear-shaped. Everything was going well with the project, but then things went downhill. Things went tits up when the manager left. Things went to pot at PP when it was discovered that Barcenas was doing corrupt things. Things went tits up. All of these are quite colloquial. If something is an uphill struggle, it's difficult. Studying for my oposiciones has been an uphill struggle. Students often mix these up in different ways. Here are a few examples. So I have a load of work, I have too much work, I have a lot of work. Those are basically three options that you can use. Don't mix them. You can say my workload is too big, my workload is very big. This is the mistake that people make. I have a lot of workload. No, I have a big workload, and workload is carga de trabajo. Spanish women don't give me the time of day. Spanish men don't give me the time of day. So this basically means no me hacen caso. So even if I ask a Spanish woman, excuse me, what's the time? They don't even respond. That's what that means. And you can say this about anyone. To cut corners, which basically means cortar esquinas, is the equivalent of evadirse, and generally it means to save money. So this is kind of to cut corners. Instead of going all the way and turning properly, you cut the corner. Cutting corners is also related to shortcuts, atajos, shortcuts, because you achieve the thing quicker and easier. To say the least, or to put it mildly. These are two nice ways to say para no decir más. You know, it's going to be awkward, it's going to be uncomfortable, to say the least. So if you're going to a party and your ex is going to be there, you could say it's going to be awkward, to say the least. It's going to be awkward, to put it mildly. Para ponerlo suavemente. A brick is un ladrillo, but in English we actually use this as a verb in a colloquial way. To brick it means cagar un ladrillo, which basically means that you're very scared. So you can say, I was bricking it. The film started and it was really scary and I was bricking it. Now, in English, we have an expression where we call rich, powerful people fat cats. Now, a fat cat is somebody who is very powerful, has a lot of money, and is, basically super rich. This is really something nice that you can say in an exam. You know, if something's related, instead of saying that something is related, you can say that, really, economics and labor, ecology and recycling are really two sides of the same coin. Basically, you're saying that they're related. This is really cool. An average Joe or a plain Jane. These are two ways that we refer to a normal person. So you might go into a club and you see somebody and everybody is treating them like they're famous or they're a celebrity or something. And then you ask somebody, who is that person? And then you discover that they're just an average Joe, or they're just a plain Jane, a normal person. This is something that one of my students, who is an expressions machine, loves to use. Any Tom, Dick or Harry. A fantastic expression. Pepito, Juanito y Fulanito. So these are three names that we simply use the same way in Spanish to talk about a random person. So for example, a context. I'm not going to leave my children with any Tom, Dick or Harry. No voy a dejar mis hijos con un Pepito, Juanito or Fulanito. I don't know him from Adam. Now I think this Adam is in reference to Adam and Eve. And it basically means I have absolutely no idea who he is. No tengo ni idea quién es. This is a nice expression. I have to give credit where credit is due. And that basically translates as tengo que respetar cuando se hacen respetares. Spanish people always mix this up. We don't make questions, we don't do questions, we ask questions. So as you can remember, with one of Ana Botella's friends said, no understand the ask. Disaster, don't say that. I don't understand the question. That would be the correct way to say it. So to ask is preguntar, questions are preguntas, to ask questions is preguntar preguntas, and answer is respuesta. Now, when you run out of things to say in an exam, instead of saying nothing, if you run out of ideas, if you run out of steam, vapor, then something you can say is, that's all, that's it. Or something more elaborate that you can say is, that's pretty much all. Más o menos, bastante, that's pretty much all, that's pretty much it. Okay guys, so I hope that's helped you improve your communication skills in English, and I'll see you in the next video.